walking through the fire, shadows on your name. Every scar you carry tells you not to be ashamed. The journey isn't easy, but your soul is worth the fight. Every step you're taking pulls you closer to the light. How you gonna win when you ain't right within? When you haven't awakened, it's just the beginning. It takes a lot more than you think, so don't stop your healing. Don't stop your healing. People may not see it, the battles that you face, but breaking down the old walls makes a stronger place. You don't have to hurry, healing has its pace. Even in the silence, love will find its space. How you gonna win when you ain't right within? When you haven't awakened, it's just the beginning. It takes a lot more than you think, so don't stop your healing. Don't stop your healing. Keep going, keep growing, even when the pain is showing. Keep rising, keep fighting, your spirit's flame is never dying. How you gonna win when you ain't right within? When you haven't awakened, it's just the beginning. It takes a lot more than you think, so don't stop your healing. Just keep going, keep going. Breathe in, let it flow. You're stronger than you know. Every ending starts again. The healing never ends. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep growing. This is the life you're owning. Don't stop your healing, no, you're just beginning. So keep going. Welcome to the midnight tide, where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown, on a journey you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost, with tales that chill and spirits roam. A freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Welcome to the midnight tide, where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown, on a journey you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost, with tales that chill and spirits roam. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show.
The engine is starting up.
For launch. GC. Go. Guidance. Go. Fido. Go. Prop. Go. GNC. Go. Max. Go. Eagle. Go. Ecom.
Go pending final steps to cabin link check.
3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the Rift Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you could need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
What is up, all you freaks? Let me see. Oh, nope, that's not it. There we go.
Whoa. Don't do
A little
that.
too close. It was a little too close. What's up, freaks? This is Ryan,
And this is Rhonda.
and we are the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show, brought to you by the Rift Nation Network, live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You know, I hate to start the show off on a sad note
Oh no.
because we're here to be happy. But I have to say, rest in peace to the Halloween season.
Oh,
It was a good one.
it was a good
I know. I
one.
hate to bring people down at the beginning of the show because we have a great guest. We have Steve Dills on from Transcend Paranormal coming on the show, and even have little sparkles here. But I think we need to. Oh, and she left. Rhonda was so distraught she had to go cry.
What the heck?
Get hold of yourself. Are you okay?
No, it literally just I lost connection for a minute. That was weird.
What happened last time?
I know. It happened on with Howie too.
Yeah.
I might need to
Heck.
reboot my router or something.
I thought you got so upset about Halloween.
I mean,
being
I'm pretty
over.
upset about it, but you know, for us, it's spooky season all the time.
Yeah. It's Halloween. Halloween never ends.
Now at like
Wow.
November 1st, it's like Christmas.
Dude, I am
Everything is
I am
Christmas. I went to
embracing-
a store on Saturday and was like, oh my God, Christmas threw up like
Dude.
overnight.
I am embracing Christmas right now.
I know you are. I know you are.
100% going. You know, I had Christmas music going on in my car. Angie's like, you know, you can't celebrate Christmas until after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is November 27th. You know, it's like Thanksgiving is a day. It's not a season.
Right.
There's no such thing as Thanksgiving season. I mean, you can enjoy Thanksgiving, but I don't enjoy Thanksgiving with a Christmas tree up. So I am just 100% full.
I mean, I say to each their own. And if you want to put up your stuff early because you want to enjoy it for a longer period of time.
I mean, my Christmas tree stays up.
Do
It just sits there. We don't really do it. We just kind of leave it up. So it's just sitting there right now. I can look at it. It's got a Halloween. It's got a pumpkin on it. Sometimes we decorate it for different holidays, but you know, I'm done with Halloween. Well, not done with Halloween because Halloween's always Halloween in my house, but ready for Christmas. And then January will come and it will be just depressing. Your birthday's in January, right? It's February. All right, well
It's January.
there you go. There you go. Something exciting to look forward to in January, your birthday. So it's not that depressing.
And there's something else in January at the end, but
yes.
that rolls in our guest
Yes.
to look forward to. So see, Brian, you're just messing up.
Okay, well, see, look at
The
Transcend.
end of January rocks.
Look at
my birthday and that event. It's awesome.
Look, and then we have look at Transcend with the Paracon, Hanover Paracon. They make January cool. You guys make January cool. All right, January.
They're what helps us get through January.
Because I need all the help I can get through January. So thank you for having your birthday in January, and thank you to Steve for having his Paracon in January to help us get past the fact that it's January. But we're not going to talk about depressing things like January right now. We're going to talk about the fact that is National Candy Day. You know what? These sparkle things are really starting to like.
They were fun at first.
They are fun. They're fun for like beginning of like before the show actually starts. But once the show starts, it's kind of distracting. It is National Candy Day.
National Candy Day.
National Candy Day.
Okay.
So happy National Candy Day. I don't want to bring it. I didn't mean to bring people down on National Candy Day. And it is National Easy Bake Oven Day. So if you have an easy bake
I'm
oven,
sure somebody still has a cake baking in there.
Cooking with a light bulb day. I used to love playing with my sister's easy bake oven. I thought it was the coolest
They
thing.
were cool. They were cool. That was one of the cool toys we had as kids.
Yeah. Mine was like completely 70s, had like it was like yellow, had like a sticker of wood paneling on it. I mean, it it was like so late 70s, early 80s, but it was like the coolest thing. We could bake a cake ourselves.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Yep. You could make a cake, and if you were really lucky, your parents had gotten you a Snoopy snow cone machine too.
I've always wanted one of those. I never got one.
You didn't have one? I had one of those.
Never got the Snoopy snow cone machine. I know. That's when people ask me why I went crazy. It's because I never got the Snoopy snow cone machine. Teresa, I love my Easy Bake Oven. It was green. There we go.
Okay.
I wonder if Teresa ever put maple syrup in her Snoopy snow cone machine. Make maple syrup snow cone. Yeah, exactly. It was cool because it gave the kids the feeling that they were, accomplishing something, and they were.
Yeah.
I mean, kids were more independent back then. Now they have the Easy Bake Oven challenge where you stick your hand in the thing and touch the light bulb, and people would do it put it on TikTok. Of course, yeah. Teresa said she did put maple.
She did put maple syrup on her.
I knew she would. I knew she would. So tonight we've got special guest Steve Dills, and we've got a brand new song.
Yep.
By Gina Caraya. So, do you want to play the song first, or you want to read the cards first? What do you want to do?
Let's pull a card first. I've been sitting here shuffling them, so let me give them one more little whirl, and we'll do that. Listen to a song and get Steve on.
Do this. Get our Steve on.
All right. Ooh, this is a cool one. Going beyond the normal. So, I think this is the one where, I was actually reading something about an article about this the other day about kind of getting out of your own way and thinking outside of the box and going after those things that are fearful for you. Because like fear is just holding you back. If you let go of the fear and you just do things, you'll accomplish so much that you're not knowing that you can accomplish. A lot of times we let fear make us say no to things that we should really be saying yes to, that are really truly opportunities. So in the book that I was reading was actually just saying if it makes you, if you're offered to do something or asked to do something, if it's not like something like majorly that you've got some kind of phobia about, or that will be detrimental to you, or is illegal or something like that, if it makes you the slightly bit fearful and that's why you want to say no, then you should jump in and do it. So I think it's just that reminder that we all just need to step out of our own way.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people have that problem. I mean, myself included, where it's like you overthink things too much, and you psych yourself out of stuff you could be a lot of fun.
Yep.
But you think, oh my God, I can't do this. Like when, prime example, this show, man, I thought this show was going to last maybe a week or so. I didn't think I was going to do anything, but I talked myself into doing it, and here we are. Same with you.
Yeah. I didn't want to do the first show I came on with Howie as a guest. I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah. I mean, it's
until he just was kind of like, hey, I put you on the schedule and it's already out there and you're doing it on this date. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Once you have no choice, it's easy for me. It's easier to do something when I don't have a choice. Like,
yep.
I was a big smoker back in the day, and I always tried to quit, but I always find a reason to keep smoking. Like I would get so stressed thinking about quitting that I would start smoking again. but I had one of my lungs collapsed out of nowhere, and the doctor was like, "Do you smoke?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Not anymore." Didn't have a choice, you know. So I had to quit smoking. You really have a choice in the matter. But if once you get out of your own way, once you don't say, "I don't have a choice, I have to do this," it makes it easier.
That's the thing. Most things that we don't accomplish, we're the ones standing in our own way.
And that goes back to what we were talking about with Holly a couple of weeks ago. You know, positive thinking. You know, if you stay positive about things, you know, it makes it a lot easier. But if you think you can't, then you can't. Like there's this old saying, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Right.
So, I mean,
exactly. That is exactly what that card was about.
Exactly. So
100%. That right there in a nutshell.
It's good advice to live by. And I know that's why you guys come to the Freakin' Awesome Paranormal Show, to learn how to live your lives. That's why you guys are here. So now you can go forth with the knowledge that Rhonda has bestowed upon you and lead a more fruitful lives. You're welcome.
And look, Jeannie says that card actually goes with my song. Of course it does, Jeannie.
You know what? It's the fates bringing the songs together, like synergy. This is what we do on the Freakin' Awesome Paranormal Show. It's like we planned it or something, but what we didn't. It's the universe speaking through us to you. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and play Jeannie's latest song, her latest hit. As soon as I find it. It is called Masking Tape, and we'll be back as soon as it's over.
When life try hold you down, music lift you up. Masking tape on your heart, but the rhythm heal it up. Sometimes words just fade, can't tell how you feel. Bottled up emotions, but the music keep it real. Turn the volume higher, let the bass resonate. Masking tape on your soul, but the beat will liberate. Life can clip your wings, make it feel confined. But when the rhythm hits, freedom in your mind. No need for explanation, just move to the sound. Lose your inhibition, let your spirit rebound. All you need is one step, one sway. Feel the stress, the pain drift away. Masking tape no more, feel the groove reshape. Get up, move your body, let the rhythm take. Masking tape, hold me together. Music is my glue in stormy weather. When I can't speak, I let the rhythm take all my fears away. I break. Move your body, lose control tonight. Masking tape can't stop this light. Every beat a bandage, every drop a cure. Dance your heart open, that's for sure. When the world say no, in the pressure way, step on the dance floor, let the rhythm guide your way. Every heartbeat, every move you make is a little more freedom, a little more escape. Let your worries shake off stress. Laugh at your image, no need to explain. Masking tape hard, but rhythm ease the pain. All you need is one step, one sway. Feel the stress, the pain drift away. Masking tape no more, feel the groove reshape. Get up, move your body, let the rhythm take. Masking tape, hold me together. Music is my glue in stormy weather. When I can't speak, I let the rhythm take all my fears away. I break. Move your body, lose control tonight. Masking tape can't stop this night. Every beat a bandage, every drop a cure. Dance your heart open, that's for sure. DJ turn it up, breathe in the love. Move your body, move your body. Feel the healing, healing. Step left, sway right, hands in the air. Masking tape heart, we don't care. Ooh, let it flow, let it roll. Every movement past your cracks in your soul. Don't be shy, just unwind. Rhythm therapy, leave your pain behind. Masking tape, hold me together. Music is my glue in stormy weather. When I can't speak, I let the rhythm take all my fears away. I break. Move your body, lose control tonight. Masking tape can't stop this light. Every beat a bandage, every drop a cure. Dance your heart open, that's for sure. Hey, DJ drop it low, now pick it up high. Masking tape can't hold us. Ridicule, oh yeah, let the rhythm take it all away.
Wow.
It was awesome.
That was awesome. Masking Tape by Jeannie Correa. And wow, that's awesome. We're very lucky that she is letting us use her songs
Yeah.
on our show, and we're very happy to be the ones to bring the songs out and share them with everyone. She has a bunch of songs. We have we play Keep Going and Losing Our Humanity
Yep.
at the beginning of the shows. While we're waiting for the shows to start, I'll play one of the songs each week. And you can find her on Spotify. She is also a medium and a medicine woman,
Yes.
right? And she has a business, Mobile Psychic Connections. So definitely go check them out on Facebook. Give her a like, and if you have any questions, if you ever want a reading or something, she does an amazing job at giving people readings, and it's definitely worth it. So go check out Mobile Psychic Connections on Facebook. Give her a like, and you won't regret it. It's definitely worth every penny.
100%.
Definitely. So we do have I do want to say hi to everybody in chat. We have a lot of people in the chat coming here to Steve.
Yeah.
Well, of course, coming here to get advice on how to live their lives.
I think they're here for Steve.
And listen to some music from Jeannie Payette, Karaya.
Yeah.
And of course, see Steve. Yeah.
Yep.
Not here for us, I know that. So
We just show up.
we're just here to introduce our guest. Why don't can you give a shout out to the people in chat real quick?
Yeah, well, of course, Jeannie Correa did join us. She's in our chat. Teresa, our Canadian connection friend, is in the house. Sharon Metter, Emily Warner, Danielle Browning, Tina Pritchard, Lois Clark, Steve Dills is in the chat as well, as we've been goofing off here. Vet Girl, Z-Sun Dragon, aka Kevin, Agatha, Michelle Wilfong from the Haunted Apartments.
Woo-hoo.
Have I grabbed everybody? Y'all are doing a great job in the chat. Oh, Robert Odell is here from the bunker in Bon Air. I do believe I grabbed everybody.
All right.
Welcome in. Thanks for joining.
Welcome to the show, the Freakin' Awesome playlist. I'm just going to say Jeannie is my song for the Freakin' Awesome playlist. If you want to claim it too, we can go ahead and just do that. Unless you have another song.
Yeah, me too. I claim it.
We're both claiming Jeannie for our song. Howie, however, suggested Rock With You by Michael Jackson.
Okay.
You can't go wrong. That's a great song.
Nope.
Great song. This is a part where we recommend songs for you guys to listen to. I think now it's time for us to bring our guest onto the show.
Yes.
We can ask him his song to add to the playlist.
Yep.
We get him on the show. Let's see. Steve Dills is the director of Transcend Paranormal. They investigate mostly Hanover Tavern and Pole Green Church, sometimes Scotchtown when they do investigations out there. He is the historian of the Ghost Finders and co-host of Eerie Encounters. Let's bring him onto the show. Welcome, brother, back to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
Man, it's good to see you, brother. How are you?
I'm good. How about you guys?
We're hanging in there, man. Just doing our thing, mourning the end of Halloween season, but
I know.
surviving.
It's sad.
It is sad.
It's sad. But hey,
And,
I'll give you. You know what? You were talking about January statistics, and I'll give you a really fun one. January is the deadliest month in the United States.
oh, good.
And
That's happy.
yeah, it's great, isn't it? It takes about 250,000 people a year. So
It's
there's your fun January. How amazing January is statistic.
I think it's you go through Christmas, you go through Halloween, Christmas, no Thanksgiving. It's busy. And I know people get stressed out at Christmas time, but
Oh yeah.
you're always distracted.
Yep.
Flights, family, there's always something to do. You get to January and it just stops.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing.
It's just cold.
There isn't, and it's just like void.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that is in part why I chose January for the Hanover Tavern Paracon, because it's just like the light. Everybody's done. The lights are taken down from outside. The trees are packed away, and there is nothing. It is just dark, and I'm like, I need something because I'm going to go insane. So
Yeah.
To look forward to. That's for sure.
Yeah, it is, and it kind of kicks off the season because most teams take a little bit of a break between November and December.
Mhm.
I know we do.
Yeah.
And we really don't really launch back up till like February or March when it's not so cold unless we can do something inside. So it's almost that kickoff to like kick off the season, kick off getting back out there.
Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, that's another, we do the same thing. We take a little bit of a break. Like we're kind of on a small hiatus right now. And then we've got one event in December. And then the next thing is the Paracon. So we have a little bit of a shorter break than everybody probably, but I go insane when I have nothing to do. So I'm always like ready for the next.
So kind of talking, but let's just talk about the Paracon. What goes into putting together something like that?
All of your sanity. It's all gone. You get none of it. It's all gone. Say goodbye to it. I mean a lot. And luckily it's not just me. I've got a bunch of great folks that, hey, how are you? I've got a bunch of folks that partner and help, including CPRI. Brad Bradley helps out quite a bit, as well as Haunts of Richmond. Chris and Beth Houlihan both help out tremendously. So it is a big group, but it's a lot of time and effort. We've already been in the midst of planning for a number of months now, and it pretty much just takes kind of front seat from here on out. I will be pretty much planning until the day of. So it's a lot, but it's fun. How's everybody? There's a lot of people.
Popular.
But it's fun. It's for a good cause. 100% of the proceeds go directly to the Hanover Tavern Foundation. So that goes directly back into historical, restoration, preservation. It also goes into educational programming. We bring somewhere between 2,000 to 3,000 school-aged students every year to the tavern to teach them about, all shapes and sizes of history, from Virginia all the way down to local, and even, all the way up to the entire country. We talk about formation of America. And then it also goes into, outreach and community outreach and programming there as well. We host a big Autumn Fest every year, and we invite the community to come and be a part of the tavern. So it's fun. It's worth it, and it's a worthwhile kind of labor.
I heard that there's going to be a 2-day Paracon this year.
You did hear that correct. There is a 2-day Paracon this year. So we wanted to double down on the insanity, really get the last little remnants of it just out of the brain. And
Go full bore, head on into the wall.
Yeet
You
it.
got this.
Yeet it. Just get rid of it. And so, we're doing we're doing a 2-day. It's going to be Friday and Saturday. It's going to be Friday 12 to 6, and then we're going to have our Friday Night Fright event, our VIP event, from 6 to probably about 10 or 11. And then Saturday from 11 to 7, and then an investigation that evening from 7 a.m. to, God bless, 2 a.m. in the morning. How's it going, John?
Wow.
So
you might be a zombie after on Sunday. You might as well. You might be brain dead.
I'm pretty sure I will be. I'll be in a vegetative state, that's for sure. But it's it's fun, and so many people look forward to it, and I try to make sure everybody has a good time and has fun and gets something out of it. I know there's a lot of Paracons that just like to put people up on stage because they've been on a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great. And I'm not downplaying that, because that in and of itself is its own triumph, right? It wasn't like an overnight thing. Sometimes those things take a lot of time and a lot of effort. But I wanted to bring people and we, because I actually have a nice committee of folks that help me now, want to bring people that are going to educate and share their knowledge and information, other than like, hi, watch my TV show at 8 p.m. I want people to walk away with something tangible, something that they can say, you know what, that's interesting. I can take that and maybe apply that to something. And so that's what we're doing. We've picked very, we're working to try to find really specific folks to share some knowledge, share something. So it's fun.
Do you have a hard time with that? Like not repeating things a lot? I mean, that's got to be kind of hard too. Just to like make sure that like every Paracon is not the same kind of speakers talking about the same kind of things, and kind of shaking that up a bit.
Yeah, it's difficult, and you often see, and again, I'm not shaming this, you often see a lot of the same people on the circuit, the paranormal circuit.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they don't have interesting and good things to say and share, and in fact, some of those folks will be at the Paracon. It's just I want to make sure that whatever they're presenting, whatever we're talking about, is tailored to the idea that, hey, we want people to be enabled walking out of this. I want somebody to say, you know what, I didn't think of it that way. Let me consider that in my upcoming investigation. Let me consider that in the way that I, approach a location or a case, fill in the blank. So it's a lot. But it's, I think it's a well catered kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
We have expanded. So last year was our very first year that we had something that wasn't ghost specific. We had a gentleman come in and speak about Bigfoot and some of his experiences and research, as well as somebody from CPRI that talked about Dogman and this cryptid that's in Virginia. So, we kind of, I wanted to break that term paranormal a little bit, because paranormal, a lot of times, even I did that, and you can see that even in the name of my team, Transcend Paranormal. We tend to take one term and say this is what this is, and for us, when we say paranormal, what do we mean? Ghosts, right? But that doesn't actually, that's not what paranormal means. Paranormal means just not normal. So that can also include things like cryptids and like aliens. And so we actually have somebody from MUFON who's going to be coming.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
So we're creating new circuits, within the own conference itself, where we're going to explore other things than just ghosts. I think that the world is interesting enough as it is, and why not explore some of those things? So we're going to start having cryptid, we're going to have at least one cryptid panel coming up. We're going to have at least one UFO panel coming up, talking about ufology, aliens, those sorts of things. And we're going to continue with some of the, the paths that we've already taken. So we will have, for example, Patty Negri and Rob Thompson will be coming back to do another gallery reading. We're also going to have Ron and Lourdes to be doing a digital seance. And we're also going to be having, folks that are more skeptical that are going to come in and talk about, how do we best approach an investigation? And a lot of people, like, for example, I had one of my good friends, Kenny Biddle, last year come to the Hanover Tavern Paracon and talk. And people are like, you're nuts. Like, he doesn't believe in ghosts at all. And I'm like, but that's extremely healthy. That's very, very useful to walk into an investigation and say, prove me wrong, instead of prove me right. And so I think that in and of itself brings a really great amount of tools. We're also going to be exploring this year. We have Darcy Staniforth, and she's going to be talking about spirit photography. So we're going to be exploring kind of the Victorian era and how photography evolved with the spiritual movement. So we're kind of tapping into just different things that might be entertaining and interesting to people, and they're gonna walk away with something that they didn't know about before.
Damn, sounds like you have like a paranormal buffet.
Hopefully,
at Hanover Tavern. If you like this, you'll like that. You know, it is something for everyone.
We're the paranormal Applebee's.
Yes, the Golden Corral, the paranormal.
The Golden Corral, the paranormal
bladder.
Oh my God, I like it. We are the feeding trough.
I mean, but I like what she said about the word paranormal, because again, most people think, well, it means ghosts, but it really means everything: UFOs, spirituality, Bigfoot, all that kind of under that big umbrella of the paranormal.
Anything that is not normal, and that's the fun part about that. And so sometimes I'll even use a very similar word, preternatural, when I talk about things. When I'm saying, hey, well, let's talk about not just the paranormal, even though it's like, yeah, no, this is a bigger topic. There's more things here to discuss than just that one little dot.
Yeah, and plus it'll bring people in and also get people able to experience Hanover Tavern itself.
Yep.
And hopefully bring them back for an investigation when you guys investigate further down the line, or
anything. I mean, anything. If you want to come and investigate that evening, I mean, the intent is to allow you to walk into the shadows with something new. And so if you learn something from the Paracon and then investigate that evening and employ, and utilize that, that's great. Even if you come and you learn something different and something new, and then you come back for, breakfast the next day, because the Hanover Tavern is a fully functional tavern. I mean, without overnight stays, we don't allow anybody to stay in the building anymore, but we have a full restaurant and bar, scratch kitchen, as well as a theater. So all of these panels and presentations aren't going to be in like tiny stuffed rooms off in the, in corners. It will be on stage. Some folks are going to be, utilizing technology. I know like Ron and Lourdes are going to have a huge setup. And then some folks are going to just have the stage, but it's going to be really nice. And that theater allows, I feel like, for conversation to occur as opposed to just like talking at people. And it's a much more intimate setting. So I'm really hoping that folks get to enjoy it and then learn something and then come back to the tavern for, even if it's not paranormal, just something. Come support the tavern.
Yeah.
I mean, the food's really good at the tavern.
The food is excellent.
And they're going to be open all weekend. So that's what I will be eating all weekend.
In the theater, it's haunted too. So, I mean, you can hang out with the ghost.
Whole building is.
Well, yeah. So anywhere you go, hopefully
including
they
the bathrooms.
Yeah, hopefully if they're in the bathroom, they can mind their own business. Just don't let me know you're in there.
Just close the stall. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. So what are the dates for the Paracon?
It is January 30th and 31st. So Friday and Saturday.
Wow. So you just made it inside of January.
Yeah, we just made it. Because last year it was January 31st and Feb 1.
Yep.
But I'm just from like a numerical value, I'm so excited that it's all in the 1 month. So I'm not like January 30th and 31 instead of January 31st and February 1st. From like a advertisement perspective, it's such a pain in the butt. Sorry.
Yeah.
My OCD is falling out a little bit.
It's all good. I know the feeling. So I do want to talk to you about how you actually got in to the paranormal, for those of people who don't know the story behind how you got started and how you actually started Transcend Paranormal.
I also see Trouble in the chat now. I see Ronnie. Ronnie's
You see Ronnie, yeah, you
made
see
his way
There
in.
goes the neighborhood.
There
you
you
guys just
go.
let anybody in here.
I know, right? The bouncer left. So.
Yeah. So how did I get into the paranormal? I got into the paranormal very young. I grew up in the north. If you were, here on the East Coast, I grew up in Jersey and Pennsylvania, and that was where a number of my formative years were. My family, my extended family is all up there. My grandparents were up there, when they were alive, and so, I remembered it very fondly. Right, I that's where my best friend was. And so, how do I get into the paranormal from living in the suburbs outside of Philadelphia? We moved. That's it. We moved. My father had a job opportunity that he essentially couldn't pass up, and so very quickly, our entire lives were put in boxes, and we found ourselves in Richmond, Virginia. And so, because it was such a quick transition, they had to find a house just somewhere that we can. Yeah, it's true. This is true. Thank you, Ronnie. It you know what? It does make me feel better that I am just a little bit taller than you, but I still am even there. So we move into this house, and it was kind of one of those things where, my parents had to find a place, to home this family, at least for a little bit, until we, built a new house or moved into something a little bit bigger. So they buy the first house that they see, and it's in Hanover County. It's in a pretty nice neighborhood. It was a brand new build. Nobody had lived in it prior. We move in, and almost instantly things started happening. And I don't know if it was just because, I was just a young boy, or if it was because I was also anxious and frustrated and angry and depressed that, my entire life had changed within, a day. And honestly, I think it was probably a mix of all of those things that made me a very easy target. And so things started happening. It originally started off as my name being whispered in my ear at night. And that got louder and louder and louder. I would have my bedroom door open and close, my closet door open and close. I would have things move around my room. I would hear the piano, for example. We had a piano, and I would hear it playing at like 3, 4 in the morning. And I guarantee you, nobody was playing that piano, because if we got up and made a sound, my parents would not be very happy. so I know
I've been there before.
there was nobody playing the piano, but I would hear all these things, and so it just continued to escalate. I started seeing things in the house. I got sick. I was sick for a number of months, and the doctors had no idea what was wrong with me. I was seeing doppelgangers of the family dog, and this all continued for 2 years. Finally, after 2 years, my parents were building a new home. We moved into the new home. It all stopped. But that stuck with me, because I was scared to death. Like I was scared to hell to go home. If I was at school or anything like that, and it was like, all right, it's time to go home, I'm like, oh God, and I'm not like, I was not like a school nerd. Like, I'm not, I enjoy learning, but I was not somebody that wanted to stay in school. But I did not want to be in this house. And so that kind of continued with me as I got older. For Ronnie, that way I didn't grow up. I've just gotten older at this point. I'm still same short little Steve Dills. And I got a car. and then I went to VCU for school, and I finally realized, hey, you know what? I can go and explore what the hell happened to me, and I can do it without my parents wondering where I am, because I'm out on my own now. So sorry, mom and dad, but I definitely did that so that I could, I'd be like, yeah, I'm totally in bed, mom. Totally not at some abandoned place. But that's what got me exploring, is to try to understand, like, why was that targeted at me? Why did that happen to me? Why was it just me as opposed to everybody else in my family that was, living there? They all had activity, but it wasn't anything as directed as this. And so I just started investigating, and I realized on my first investigation, actually it took probably 2 or 3, but I realized that I needed to and wanted to trust the people that I was with walking into some of these locations. I had joined the Richmond Paranormal Society and still help operate it to this day. But it at this time was kind of at the peak of Meetup, if you remember that website.
Oh yeah.
And there was probably 20 to 30,000 people in this group. And so when they'd post, they'd be like, hey, we're going to be investigating the Bird Theater. This is the date. First 20 people to sign up, get it. And so after like 2 or 3 of these, first off, I was like, this is cool as hell. Secondly, I'm like, I don't know anybody. I see some similar faces, but by far and large, these are just random people every single time. And I realized, like, I don't feel very comfortable walking into some of these locations, and then they turn the lights off and it's just like me. And I'm like, I might get shanked and robbed. I don't, so I wanted to build kind of a safe space to explore this. And so that's kind of where Transcend came from. A couple of us, 4 of us, decided, you know what, we're gonna pursue this together, and we're about 30 people strong today. So it's a fairly large team, but it's fun. We enjoy it.
Did you ever figure out, like, if it was your house built on some historic land, or was it an old house? What do you think caused that to happen to you?
I don't know. I don't know, and I hate saying that because you know me. You both know me. You know that I love to, like, pick apart everything and understand all the little pieces of it. What I do know is where the neighborhood was originally a large swath of swampland. And so you might recall this, Ryan, where like Foxhead and Ash Creek and Milestone are. That was all swampland. And what did developers do? They brought in just truckloads of dirt just to level the whole place out, make sure that it was stable, and then they started building some of these properties. Where the house was swampland, so there really wasn't any battles that I think occurred there, but I do believe that people traverse it, especially during the wars, right? I mean, it's Hanover. It is literally just north of Richmond. So especially during the Civil War, you know that Richmond was a very important target and objective. So Hanover, all of Hanover, not just where I live, but the tavern, Scotchtown, the cabin. I mean, like, literally pinpoint a location in Hanover County that doesn't either have a battlefield or a cemetery or a field hospital. I mean, it's like, it's all just like busy land. as a way to put it. But I honestly think it was probably just maybe some place that somebody was buried right around there, maybe, and forgotten. There was a number of stories that the kids would all tell growing up that there were cemeteries in the neighborhoods. I know that there is one, I think, in Milestone. And so I wonder if it's tied to that, or I don't know. I mean, other than that, that is the only thing I've been able to come up with, and that's what kills me about it. Is like, I feel like it has to be tied to, obviously, the land, not the building, because it's a new build, but the land, and then something that occurred, in some point recent-ish, it seemed, history for the last couple 100 years. So
Do you think, since you had those experiences growing up, do you think you're sensitive? Do you have, when you go to like Hanover Tavern or Paul Green Church, do you feel things?
I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily. I don't want to claim that I'm psychic or anything like that. I think that the longer you listen to something, the easier it starts to be able to hear it, right? And so I think that the same as how both of you could walk into a location and be like, "Hey, this feels different."
Right.
And I think, honestly, I think that is just, I think some people could naturally pick this up, and I think other people, it's just kind of, time after time after time, walking into some of these locations, walking into some of that energy and that difference, that shift. I think we just start to inherently pick it up. We notice it. So I don't know if I'm necessarily, psychic. I think I just pay attention.
Mm-hmm. I guess,
Yeah.
you said,
And I do believe you're right. I think the more you do it, it just becomes, I mean, to me, psychic stuff is more like just a muscle, and the more you exercise it,
Yeah.
it just pops up. So the more and more you do it, you start, and then you start noticing it. And I think the key part then is you start trusting it when it happens.
Yeah, exactly, trusting your gut instinct, and a lot of people don't, right? I mean, that's, even through school, you're taught to kind of tame that, right? If you're angry, don't go biting your classmate. Say, use your words. So it's kind of like tamed for a very long time, and then you have to like remember what that meant.
mm-hmm. And like you guys were saying earlier, when you investigate, you are forced to pay attention to things, to details, because you don't want to miss anything, and you'll probably see more because you're looking more.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The world's quieter, and you get to just be. Which I think is one of the neatest parts of investigating that people don't talk about a lot is, you kind of get to breathe in a way that you don't get to breathe in regular life. You get to be yourself, and you don't have to. You're not there to impress anybody. You're there to listen, and to be a witness. And so it's really nice. I always find it relaxing. A lot of people are like, "Oh my god,
it's all how you approach it."
Like, no, I'm good. I get to listen now. I get to use my senses, and I get to, hear things other than, cars and trains and planes and kids and, people screaming every which way of reality that you look. Kind of gets to narrow down. You get to just focus.
Yeah, some people.
And I think that's why. I mean, some people it lasts forever, but like for me, I'm the same way. Like an 8-hour investigation feels like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like it goes so fast, and it's over before you know it.
Yeah.
Because I think you relax into it and you enjoy it.
Yeah.
The peacefulness of it.
Yeah. Until like something crazy happens, and then
then your heart starts racing and you can't sleep when you get home. Or you don't stop investigating because something just happened.
I've seen a certain Ryan do that until, I don't know, I went to bed and then I woke up and there's Ryan walking past me in the freaking, where was it?
Probably
the Ordinary. Yeah, in the Ordinary. And he's like, "Hey, good morning." And I'm like,
there is no way I would investigating Henricus. Everyone was passed out. I'm walking around.
Oh my god, yeah. It was like 7 a.m. and I'm like, and Ryan's like, "Hey!" I'm like, "Ryan, good. What are you doing?"
I got my second wind. But I mean, it really is how you approach it, like the downtime. Because people like it's so boring, but no, it is peaceful. It is, it's just.
And I think a lot of it is entirely how you approach it, right? And I think what I always say to folks at events is, if you go in there with a shitty attitude, you're gonna get shitty results. You might have things yelling at you, whatever. How exciting! If you go in there with a good attitude, you will probably get good results. Something that's answering you and wants to communicate with you, right? And I don't think it's I don't think it's like which one is going to get me more of an experience. Well, they both are. It's just like, do you want to do this respectfully, or do you not want to do this respectfully? And I think if you're respectful about it, I've had troubles, I've had issues in the past, 100%. But by far and large, that has gotten me a lot farther. If I go in with respect.
Yeah.
So.
I think a lot of people have the same attitude, where it's like, you know, it's there are times when, you know, you change the way you investigate through the years, and you realize that, hey, you know, becoming or being more respectful is the best way to get evidence. And people who may not be super respectful, they do get evidence sometimes, but
yeah, they might. It's just how, you know, I don't know, that perception. You know, that's not. Let's just all presume that ghosts are our ancestors. Let's just assume that, and that is it. Again, that is a very strong assumption. We don't know that with certainty, but if that's the case, that also means that we too are all going to be ghosts. And if that is also the case, I am not going to answer anybody being an asshole. And if I do,
it doesn't take much to be respectful.
If
Just
I
talk
do
like you would
answer,
talk to anybody else.
If I do answer, I will also be an asshole. So
yeah.
I just feel like it's just like common sense. Like yeah, you can you can go into a location and get some really cool stuff, or you can go to a location, 100 years from now and get this sack of meat. You probably want to go in the nice path. Not if I show up and I'm like, we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Because that is what I'm going to be doing.
There's old Howie tipping his top hat to us.
How's it going, Howie?
Welcome. Man. Wow. So what is the craziest EVP you've caught at Hanover Tavern?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of really cool experiences and EVPs that we have recorded there. One that I think has been most, I guess, interesting.
Thanks, Howie.
And I think the one that is probably the most telling to me that history is important was an EVP that I was kind of pursuing, I guess, if you will. So the very first time that we set foot into the Hanover Tavern, we didn't investigate. The very first thing that we did was we had a full day of interviews, and we put it out to the public. So did the Hanover Tavern. Any guest that wanted to come, any maybe a former staff member, a former board member, somebody that had lived there prior, and in a former life, in terms of the building has had many lives. It was a theater for a very long period of time, still is, but it's more of a tavern-end theater now, if you will. And so it's had its fair share of chapters, and so other folks have lived there in those previous pages. And so they came and shared some of their stories. And one that stuck out to me was this older woman that came by, and she sat down, and I was lucky enough to sit down and get to be the person that interviewed her. And what I found out and what she shared is that she had lived at the Hanover Tavern as a young girl. And she had lived there during what is referred to as the Barksdale Theater era. And that was the 1950s up until about the 2000s, just a little bit earlier, in about 1990 or so, that the Barksdale Theater troupe owned and operated the tavern. Now, this was a theater troupe that had come from upstate New York. They were looking for a building to have their very first theater dinner and a show. So dinner and then immediately go into to see a show. And so they found the Hanover Tavern sitting on the side of 301, decided this is it. And so she was one of the young children that lived there, and either her parents were actors or actresses or helped out, in the theater in some capacity, because it was a very community-driven building and business. So she remembers sleeping in this one particular room or bedroom, and she woke up early, very, very early in the morning one morning, and she recalls hearing the dogs barking in the tavern. There were 2 dogs that lived there. And she hears the dog barking. She starts to, kind of wake up a little bit. And then the next thing, her parents are in the door, in her bedroom, grabbing her, pulling her out of the bed, and then downstairs and outside they go. Apparently there has been a tavern or a fire at the Hanover Tavern. And so she remembers that by the time they got outside and by the time that the fire trucks had finally made it to the Hanover Tavern, the fire had miraculously put itself out. And so we start digging and we realize that this fire was actually in one of the rooms that we refer to as the Washington room. And apparently, supposedly, the curtains caught on fire somehow and then put themselves out. And so on our first investigation, I'm like, I got to know about this fire. Like, how did this fire start? How did this end? Like, how did this happen? So we start asking questions, and the Washington room was one of the very last rooms that we hit that evening. And one of the last questions that I asked was around the fire. And I said, if there's somebody here, do you know how the fire started? And clear as day, we hear an EVP of a man saying, "It was me." And so I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's really interesting. We need to start digging deeper. We got to figure this out. It took almost a year and some change. And we finally stumbled upon a journal from somebody who had also lived at the Barksdale Theater during this time period. And they wrote that early one particular morning, and this was literally 2 or 3 sentences on this journal that was published, that essentially the air, like the AC unit that was in the window, was incorrectly installed, and it caught the curtains on fire. By the time the firemen got there, the curtains were the only thing that caught fire, and they were the only thing that burned. The rest of the building and the tavern in and all of itself was perfectly fine. They had to replace the AC unit. And as weird as that sounds, it was so full circle to me. Mm-hmm. The fact that we were able to talk to somebody who was able to share a story about when she was a child that she remembered. Then we receive an EVP that ties directly to it. And then we validate that all with a journal entry that, yep, there was a guy that installed that AC unit, and when he did that, he ran the outlet, the power cord of the outlet incorrectly. Water went down, sparked it, lit up the curtain, and that was it. But it was just so cool to be able to just full circle that and
yeah,
put all those little pieces together. And it wasn't this crazy monumentous occasion or breathtaking in any manner in particular, other than I was able to tie history and the paranormal together and actually prove something.
And that's what we're all trying to do. That's awesome.
So it was really neat. That's
awesome. Like a paranormal CSI there. Mm-hmm. I've got a question for you. I've been thinking about this. How often do you have to do something over and over again out of place to become residual? Like, is there a way, like, could you get EVP of somebody else on an investigation with you guys in the past?
I think it's 42.
42
times. Yep, I think that's it, because I think that's the universal number, isn't it? 42.
I think. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you investigated the tavern more than 42 times.
So I must be imprinted. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting idea, because you have to define, I guess, or outline what a residual haunting is. Is it something that is just an event? And if it is just an event, then is a residual haunting actually a ghost, or is that just a movie,
What
right?
do you
Like,
consider a haunting?
yeah, I mean, but that's true. Like, if you watch a movie, what's a good movie?
You can see any movie.
Pick a movie.
The Others.
If you pick The Others,
Yeah.
all right, and you watch The Others, right, and you enjoy it, and then you watch it again and watch it again and watch it again, you know, that's almost like a residual haunting in and of itself, right? Technology is just still residual haunting. So that doesn't mean that they're, from our outside perspective, that the actors and actresses on the screen are essentially reliving that every time. It's just something has captured an image or a video or a series of images and said, press play. All right, press play again. It's like lizard, right? It's literally that. Somebody just keeps pressing the button. Could that be it too, right? And so, is that a ghost? And how do you qualify that? Is it like you said, a certain amount of times that you do something? For example, at the Hanover Tavern, on one occasion in almost 2 years, I have a video from our security cameras where I watch candles in the dining room, the Tillman dining room, which dates back to 1791, turn on one by themselves, or one after another, after the other, all by themselves, and they go in a counterclockwise position, which logically makes sense, because it's where it starts with the candle that is closest to the door, and then it moves towards the windows where there would be a little bit more light, and then finally completes the circle. So does that mean that somebody did that for years and years and years and years on end, or did they do that with an intent only a handful of times that was so powerful that it seeped into the walls?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Exactly.
you don't know. Like, we were in the courthouse. Dennis and I were in the courthouse. Walked in, you could hear talking in the lawyers' chambers. Now, was that a ghost talking, or was it residual? We didn't get a response because they stopped talking when we got in there.
Yeah,
but it's very interesting.
it's just the more questions that we ask, the more questions we end up with.
Yeah.
Right? And we can't. The fun thing is, it'll be a domino effect. Once we answer one,
then it leads to another question.
Then
like,
hopefully it'll lead
this
to another.
this might they got
How.
Yeah.
But until then, we have no idea. We can't say, is a residual haunting a ghost, and I mean, because that would entail that there are varieties of ghosts, and then, like, how do you pick which variety you want to be? Like, I don't want to be a residual ghost. Like, I can't stand doing the same thing over and over and over again. Like,
I think
I need to be intelligent, right? So, who gets to pick?
I mean, I don't know if you become a residual ghost. I think that's just an imprint. Like, at the cabin, I got on the spirit box, I got a voice that came through that said, "Not a rapist," in Melissa's room. All right. And then another voice came through that said, "Hello, Randy," on spirit box. Randy's still alive.
Yep.
So is it his spirit?
Yeah.
Still at the cabin, or is it someone trying to act like Randy?
Or could it be that event is playing out, and it is just in another, and this is where I have fun, but could it be in another universe, and it's just so intimately close to ours, and this goes with multiversal theory, or the many worlds theory, that maybe is just so close that it resonates, right? We can hear echoes of that. And so if that's the case, then we are also living, breathing ghosts, because the conversations that we're having, even the one right here, right now, where I'm saying words into the walls here, so like everybody's only going to hear a 1 out of 3 conversation, but could that then could I hear that later?
Who knows? Someone moves into your house and you move out, or you pass away. They could be hearing this conversation that we're having. If they
like,
exactly,
they just hear that. This is turned into somebody's.
Someone's going to catch that EVP 100 years from now,
and we're going to know it's
about my warranty. What is going on? Oh my gosh, man! I could talk for another 2 hours.
Yeah.
But that's just me. We're gonna have to do a part 2. I've already talked to Tiffany, and we've already talked about doing a Transcend Paranormal Evidence show.
Okay.
So we'd love to have you guys back on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Maybe you, Tiffany, and Rhonda come back on
Insanity
next year
after
the Paracon, so you guys can.
Just pure insanity.
Yeah, it will be insanity. But we'll do it after the Paracon, so you guys can get that out the way.
Yes.
But we'd love to have you guys back on to share some of the stuff you've been able to capture, and of course, maybe have you back on by yourself too, because I know there's a lot more stuff that we could discuss.
Oh my god, yeah. There's so many things, and I've been working on other projects recently too, and I can't quite drop them quite yet. But there have been, I've been busy. I've been away for a little bit, but I've been very busy, so I'm very, very excited.
I look forward to hearing about it. How can people get in touch with you, or how do people follow you, stalk you, whatever you want to call it?
If you want to stalk me, go for it. So you can find me physically at the Hanover Tavern. I am there a lot, not all the time, but you'll probably see me run through at least multiple times a week anymore. But you can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, all the socials, Steve Dills, as well as Transcend Paranormal, transcendparanormal.com. You can also find, we just had this drop on Halloween, the season 12 finale of The Ghost Finders, which was up at the Hinsdale House. So it was a really fun episode. That just dropped as well, and you can find me on theghostfinders.com as well. So a couple of places, as well as Eerie Encounters, which is my potato quality YouTube series, along with my co-host Chris Vaughn. I don't know, just wherever. You just think about it, and somehow I just show up, and it's fine.
Where do people find the Ghost Finders? Where can they watch your show?
So there are seasons everywhere. The majority of it you can actually find on the Spirit channel, which is free on Roku devices, or I think it's $3.99 a month on the spiritchannel.tv, I believe it is. There's also a couple of previous seasons on Paraflix, as well as there's a couple on Amazon Prime and YouTube now. So if you look for the Ghost Finders, you'll find it. But there's I've been part of probably 3 or 4 seasons, and I think there's 12 or 13 in total. So there's a lot of episodes. There's a lot of stuff out there. So
I think the Ghost Finders need to come out to the cabin.
I'm down. I'm waiting right now. I know there's some other projects that they're working on, so I am kind of waiting for some of that to free up some time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm ready. I'm just ready to get out and have some fun again.
Heck yeah, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show and joining us. It was a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Yes.
At the Paracon, and maybe do some investigating out at the tavern with you guys.
100%. Yes, come hang out. It's going to be fun. Like I said, all the money goes to the Hanover Tavern, so it's not touching anybody's pockets. It's going right into the building. So it's all for good cause, and so are all of the speakers, which is, by the way, is really cool too. We don't pay any of the speakers, so they all come out of their own willingness and selflessness to share information and knowledge and to help educate and let people grow. So it really is a cool experience. So come join
That's
us.
amazing. Amazing that people come out, take their time to come out and talk with everyone about their experiences, and it's going to be a lot of fun. January 30th and 31st.
Yep.
At Hanover Tavern in Hanover, Virginia, right across the street from the courthouse. Steve, we'll see you soon, brother.
Thank you.
Take care.
We'll see you guys soon.
All right, have a good night.
All right.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye. That was fun.
It is. It's always fun with Steve.
Up with Steve. I know you're tired.
I
You have a
am
little
fading.
problem getting used to the time change. I am too.
I am struggling. Like almost like it hit me literally like 20 minutes ago. It's like, oh,
Driving the
my
struggle.
brain's not working. My brain ain't braining no more.
Dude, I don't know. I might have brains on fumes right now a couple of times, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's been hard. The first day is always great. Like you get that extra hour of sleep and you feel good. It's it's the next day where you're just like, oh my God, it's dark. And I think I should be going to bed at 7 o'clock.
yeah, it just takes, like you said, it takes a little bit to get used to it.
It takes a few days to get used to it and you'll be fine. But like I was so tired at 6:30 ish. Like I could have laid down. And then I got like a second wind. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling good. And literally probably right about 5 minutes to 10, I was like, whoop. Fading.
You know, I figured because we did have a little bit of a late start talking to Steve.
Oh, yeah.
I figured it would be, go a little bit over.
That's
we
fun.
got to listen
That's
to some great
fun.
music and got to discuss things.
I was actually just sitting there going, please don't ask me anything that requires me to be smart.
Don't make me think right now.
Don't
Because,
make me have to be smart because
I-
it's not going to come out well.
There were a couple of times when I was saying something like, and I start losing my train of thought. I'm like, oh my God, where am I going with this? But again, like we were talking about with Tiffany, it's always weird when you talk to your friends too. You know? It feels different because you want to feel like an interview, but you also want to feel like a conversation too.
Right.
So there are a couple of times where I felt
But
like
this is what this is anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I know you guys are thinking like, oh my God, the show's almost over. I gotta wait till freaking next week to talk to see Rhonda and Ryan again. But no,
alas.
but wait.
But
There's
wait.
more. Because this Thursday night on TikTok, not here, follow us to TikTok live exclusive. We are talking to the one and only Luna Ramey.
Which is always a good time with Luna.
Spooky Luna.
It's always a
It's
good
going to be a
time.
lot of fun. We had her and Nolan on a few months ago. Always a good conversation, but this is a TikTok exclusive interview on the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show page on TikTok. And then you're thinking, well, just Thursday. Just one more day. No, guys, guess what?
No.
How many pantyhose does it take to fill up a milk jug?
Not funny. But it is funny.
Hard-hitting question.
How many does it take to fill up a milk jug? I'm going to say 15.
15 is the answer. 42. The universal.
42 in a milk jug?
Yeah,
Well,
the
yeah.
universal number.
If you squeeze them in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm not thinking clearly.
See, that's the kind of questions we get and the after party. This Sunday, if you're depressed because you want to only get see us one more day, this Sunday we will be back with the Freakin Awesome playlist. Rhonda, Howie, and I are going to be talking about our favorite country songs. Does it matter the year? Oh, see now. Now
you saw how that, like, maybe when Ryan says 42, I'm like, wait, no, that, and I'm like, oh, you just pack them in.
Yeah, just stuff them in.
See, I'm not braining right now.
It's just a random question too.
It was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good question.
It was a good.
Now it has me thinking about how many bananas peels will go into a milk jug. That's something I would never thought I would be thinking about in my life, but now I have. So thank you, Steve, for putting that nugget in my head. Is that a glass jug or a plastic? That's a good.
Oh gosh, now we're going down a rabbit hole. Don't do it. I'll never go to sleep. My brain will be like
up,
it.
staring at the
Or
ceiling.
there,
Now,
and then I'll, nope.
are the banana peels cut in half? Or are they all like this?
No, we can't do that.
No. All right. Cut it off.
Don't send me on a tangent.
Yeah, no. I got to put Roger to bed. So Sunday night, Freakin' Awesome playlist, YouTube exclusive.
Yep.
We want to hear you. Come talk to us. We were talking about country music. It can be a lot of fun. We always have a lot of fun. We always enjoy your inputs. We want to hear your favorite country songs. Join us on the Freakin' Awesome Paranormal Show page, the Rift Nation show page, and we will see you Thursday night on the Freakin' Awesome Paranormal Show page on TikTok. Same Freakin' Awesome time.
It's the same Freaking Awesome show.
Have a good
Thank
one.
you guys.
Get some sleep. Night.
Bye.